You're late. I suppose Wizard taught you how to tell time. No bother. I'm just happy you've joined me. I'm Timbo Took, and this is A Joy of Painting Middle-earth, a time when we come together to paint the most fantastic landscapes Middle-earth has to offer. So, if you're ready, grab your paints and your brushes, and let's go on an adventure. Well, hello. I'm happy you've joined me. Today is a special day. We're going to be painting one of my favorite places in all of Middle-earth, the Shire. That's right. Now, it's a little gloomy outside today, a little bit of rain, so I wasn't able to paint out in the pasture with the sheep like I like to. But we're inside my hobbit hole, and we're going to paint a hobbit hole today. My Grandgaffer Gamgee's hobbit hole, a very special place. Okay, so let's get right to it. I've already prepared the canvas. I've added a bit of magic white. That's that liquid white, a thin layer over the canvas, and our colors will just mix into it and you'll see how it works. It works like magic. And it should work like magic. I was taught how to paint by the Blue Wizard, Bob Ross the Blue. That's right. Okay, so we're just going to start with our sky. We're going to put a little bit of sky in there. So we're just going to come into our blue. Now, there's a lot of different blues you can use, a lot of different colors of paint. Just get what works for you. This one is a ultramarine blue, and it's a very bright blue. Sometimes I use a phthalo blue, and that's a good paint too. But they're all wonderful colors. Here we go. We're going to come up and we just have some blue on our 2-inch brush, and we're just going to paint in some crisscross strokes. And you'll see that blue. It goes on a little dark at the top. And we're just going to bring it down, mixing it into the white that's already on the canvas. And that way, those colors just mix together. Don't mix them so it's all one flat color all the way across the canvas. That's right. Just do some crisscross strokes and watch for the indications of your clouds to appear. So you'll see where those clouds are going to float to. There we go. Come back, get a little more. Just start, whenever you add the dark into it, just start back up at the top and just bring it down, mixing it into your canvas. Just bring that blue down. And you'll see the spots where the clouds will like to go. And you'll see I didn't get it very even on my brush, and so it comes off in spurts, but that's okay. That's not a mistake, it's just a happy accident. And you'll see, there we go, you see where those clouds are forming, and then just drag it back and forth, just soften it up. There we go, very light touch on that. And you can see now we have, right here will be a good place to put our clouds in. Okay, now we're going to wash off that brush. Okay, now the worst part of painting inside the hobbit hole is I can't just beat the sauron out of the brush to dry it. Oh, the Mrs. Hobbit will get a little bit upset at that. So, I have to do it in my rubbish bin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to decide where our clouds are going to float. We're just going to come into our white, our titanium white. Just pick some of that up on the brush. There we go. And now we're just going to come in and see, oh, right in here. We're just going to circle in some clouds. Just push it right into the canvas. There you go. Just push that right in. You'll see. Load up some more. Just come in. It's okay. We're just going to push it in. Don't mix it all the way in. It'll just flatten out your color. Just see where those clouds will go. Just pick the brush up, circle it in a little more, pick up some more white. Just come here. There we go. Now, what we want to do is we want to clean off this brush. We're just going to clean it and dry it just a little real quick. There we go. We can beat the Sauron out of it down in the bin. Okay. Now, we've got our brush cleaned off. We're just going to come in. We're just going to pick up the bottom of those clouds and just kind of soften that. There you go. There we go. Don't grab too much from the tops of the clouds, just the bottoms. Just soften it up a little. There we are. Now what we'll do, dry that brush off a little. We're just going to gently lift those clouds. Just lift, lightly, lightly, lightly. There we go. Just lift it the way the breeze does. You lift it and you get all these little stringy things up here. And when you get those stringy things, you don't worry about that. That's just the air, the breeze lifting that cloud along. The cloud's going to fly wherever it wants to go. Nobody tells a cloud where to go. It just floats along and it sees what it needs to see. And maybe one day it'll come back and you can talk to it and it'll report to you what it saw. Okay, once we've lifted those clouds, just come back across. Gently, 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 light as a feather. There we go. And that gives us a nice little indication of a sky. There we go. All right. Now, the Shire has some hills that roll through it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go put in some of those hills. So right on our palette, we're going to go right into our sap green. And we've got a little bit of white left from the clouds that lightens that up just a hair. Now, once you really load that into your brush, there we go. We're just going to come onto our canvas and decide where our hills are going to be, and we're just going to put in our grassy area. So, and you'll see as it mixes with the magic white, as we come down, there we go. It lightens up, but again, we're just tapping this in, and we don't want all those colors just to fade away. And maybe we have our hill, another hill comes back over this way. Those hills can come together. Just tap that in. There we go. And you see it lightens up as you come down. And kind of turn your brush over so you're not getting the same effect, the same pattern all through it. There we go. You're just trying to push as much color onto the canvas as quickly as you can, because these aren't the details. This is just what's going to be in the back. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come into our blue, go into our green, and we're going to darken this up a bit. And we're just going to come back to the bottom, and now we're just going to give it just some darker areas at the bottom here. There we go. There we go. All right, and we'll pause for a minute because I think somebody's going to open that door. Wait. Yes?
I just going to tell you got Angel Soft toilet paper.
Ooh, awesome.
Got two.
Oh, good. That was the little hobbit. Okay. Okay. Now with that same dirty brush, we're just going to maybe grab a little bit of our ivory black and put into the screen. Just get that darker color. This is going to be just the indication of some trees and bushes and things. Just really get that on your brush. Load it up. Now we're going to come up here and maybe we have some trees. So we'll just Just put those in. There we go. Go back to your color, load it up. And maybe those march back down that hill over there. There we go. Don't mix it in too much. You don't want to kill it all. So we'll leave that there, and maybe we'll put some on top of this hill over here. There we go. Just with that dirty old brush, before you clean it, just those trees will march away down that hill. And what we're doing is we're creating some perspective for the eye to go deep into the painting. So as this hill comes this way and this hill goes that, then it gives you that illusion that you're looking into the painting, and you might be able to just peek around the corner if you just only could. Now we're just going to, we'll set this aside for now. And we're going to give some tree trunks in there. So what we're going to do, maybe even come into a little bit more of that black, just bring it down, just grab that color we were just using. Just pull it out. Now just cut across, get a little bead, and we're just going to come in here and we're just going to just give ourselves the appearance of some trunks of the trees. They don't have to be perfect. You're just giving a little indication there. So we'll put some over here too. You don't want them to be too uniform. Maybe even mix in a little bit. There we go. Maybe even mix in a little bit of the white there, so we get some lighter tree trunks where maybe the sun grabs hold of it. There we go. Just put several in. There we are. There we are. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to mix up a color to put right on top of those and give our trees the appearance of the sunlight striking the leaves. Okay. All right. Now with a clean, dry 1-inch brush, we're going to come in and we're going to get some of that yellow, pick up a little bit of green. There we are. You see? Mix that right on the palette. There we go. Now we're going to come up and we'll just give ourselves just some leaves coming in there. There we go. Just make those trees see some sunlight. Just pick that up. There we are. Now don't kill all your darks. Just come over the top. There we go. Maybe change up the color a little. Come over to the other side. We'll do the same over there. Maybe just a little tiny bit of that red. That red is very powerful. But I'll just round it up there. There we go. Just let it play across. Let the colors mix in. You're not blending them together, but you're just letting those trees find their shape. There we go. Now maybe we want to put some darker bushes at the base of the trees. So we just come back and just put some of the bushes there. Just those darker ones where the sun doesn't reach them as much. There we go. And just stretches down the way. There we go. Just let those colors kind of layer on top of each other without killing each other. Kind of like brothers. You have to let brothers be able to play together, but not just kill each other. Because little boys, little hobbits they'll do that once in a while. They'll fight, but that's just preparing them. There we go. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to decide where our hobbit hole lives. Right in here. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of scrape out the little area. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is first we're going to create that roof line. Come in here, and these hobbit holes are cut right into the side of the hill. There we go. We're just taking that dark color we had from before. Just giving it the roof line there. There we go. Now, as I said before, this is my favorite hobbit hole. My Grandgaffer Gamgee's hobbit hole. And he had a yellow door. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put our door in first. I'm just going to take the corner of my fan brush. So I've got a little bit of yellow on my fan brush. And his door would be right about here. Now it doesn't matter, a little bit of that green shows through. Hobbits oftentimes will have a little bit of moss growing on the sides of their house. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just to let us know that that's Grandgaffer Gamgee's yellow door. And maybe he had a few windows there. We'll put those in after. Okay. So we'll come down here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our white, mix it in with that kind of brown color we had, because they would make those walls with some wood planks. We'll just bring those down. There we go, right down from this side. Just bring it down. This is where they had lots of other plants would grow. There we go. Straight down. There we are. Now, we're going to come in just take our palette knife, the shorter side, and we'll just fill in that little area there. We don't normally do these kind of little details on landscapes, but every now and then it's fun to do one like this. There we go. And let's just give us some white, cut across. And we're just going to give the door some shape now. Just with a little bit of that white. Just tap it on there. There we go. Just giving little indication of an outline on the door. Now, that door has a handle right in the middle. So we're just going to get a little piece of black and just put a dot right there in the middle. And then maybe put some of those lines of the planks in the door. There we go. There we are. And let's go back, get a little bit of that brown. And why don't we do that for the side of the house there. Just give it some indications of the boards. Now, most hobbit holes have a chimney. If you want to come back in and put a chimney in there, feel free to do so. I might do that myself a little bit later. We'll maybe cut in a window here. And another window here. Now, as the hobbit holes go, the grass grows right down on top of them. So let's just get a little bit of our grassy color, a little bit of that light green, and we'll bring that hill right down on top of there. There we go. Just mix it in good, right into the brush, and just bring our hill right down on top of that. There we go. And we have some plants right down here at the bottom. grow right up the side of the house. So you make it look as that house, that little hobbit hole, is coming right out of the hill. Right out of the hill. There we go. Maybe it comes up onto there. Now, maybe, I say maybe, but I know it's there. There's an old path here. It comes right down from Gran Geffer Gamgee's. Right down from his house. And it marches down this hill. Just marches down this way. You can do that. And marches back down the road that way. There we go. Now you can come down, and then maybe this path, maybe it comes down. And this is where the two paths meet. There we go. Just bring that path right down through the Shire. This is on our way off. Oh, to go find the green dragon. Just stumble our way down and back from the green dragon. There we go. There we go. That's where it is. That's where it is. And we'll that's his little patio there. There we are. Okay. Now that we have that, we need to bring a little grass up to this road. We need to grow that grass. Grow it right up along the road there. There we go. Maybe sometimes it hides the path. It comes down behind a little hill there. More of that green and just bring that grass right onto it. So there we go. That just pushes that path right into the picture. Right into the picture. There we are. Come back on this side. And you can just go along and put as much definition in that grass as you'd like. Just bend that fan brush up. There we go. Bring this hill down here. So you see that path just emerge from behind this hill. There we go. Just bring those hills, give it some definition, and bring it right down to the path. because the path is usually built in a lower part. There we are. Now, we need a little something down here that kind of pushes everything back even more. So let's come wash our fan brush. There we go. So we're going to come back right back here. We're going to mix these colors together for the trunk of our tree. Mix in that dark. Mix it all up together. There we go. Just pick it up and flatten it out. There we go. Now, make a decision here, and we'll just start from right here. We'll just put our tree, just bend them right across. There we go. There we go. And we're so close to this tree, it goes right off the canvas. There we are. There we are. Maybe give a few branches that come off them. Just an old big old tree. Maybe this is another tree right next to him. Maybe they're growing out of the same stump. You don't know. You decide. You just decide as you build your trees. Now, as the tree comes down, the tree has to have a little bit of feet here. There we go. Just give our tree some feet that he grabs into the ground with, so it can stand nice and strong and tall. There we go. There we go. Maybe give him a branch or two. Just bring it right down. Maybe another one right up here. There we go. There we go. We don't want to take too much time, but now let's go into our white and get a little bit of color here because we want them to pick up some of that sunlight as well. So we'll just give them some highlights here. Just pick up from the edge and just drag it across. There we go. Just marching up the trunk. There we go. Just zip it across. Zip, 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 zip. There we are. Give them a little down here too. Right on top of that foot. There we go. There we are. There we are. Now we need to put some leaves on that tree. I'm just going to go back to that old dirty brush I hadn't cleaned off. Just come in here. There we go. Now, we're just going to give them some leaves here. Maybe these come off this way and that. Load it up on our brush a little more. There we go. Now remember, we want to be able to see through some of our trees, see the sky behind it, so don't kill everything on there. There we go. Okay. Now let's go back to our yellow here. We're going to just get some bring some leaves that the sunlight just grabs a hold of. There we go. Darken it up a little bit as you come back. But again, don't ruin it all. There we go. Now we need some bushes down by the feet. So we'll just bring those right here. You still know they're there. Maybe behind just a little bit of grass. There we go. There we are. Okay. Well, I do like that quite a bit, but I still think we need more here. Maybe, oh, just maybe. Let's see. We've still got this dirty old brush. Let's put some blue on here. Just pick up those dark colors there. Maybe, just maybe, there's a stream that comes through here. There we go. And maybe this old stream just get it dark there. Maybe this stream empties out into a pond here. So we're just gonna, maybe we've got a pond in here. All right, that looks good. That gives something for that tree to drink. Okay, now we're going to make our stream. And For that, we're just going to mix some of our titanium white with some of our magic white, some of that liquid white. There we go. There we go. And we're just going to come on. And here comes this water in the stream. Sometimes it hits a rough patch. There we go. And maybe it falls over a rock. And that really splashes that water up. There we go. There we go. Every now and then you see that water gets a little rough. And then we fall over the edge of a rock. There we go. And maybe there's another. And one goes this way. There we go. There we go. And it gets to the bottom there and it makes a rough time. And then the water just drifts away. There we go. And maybe there's whole sorts of rocks and things in here that make that water roughen up. There we go. There we go. Bring it down. Bring it over the edge there. There we go. Now let's go get some land. We want a real dark color there. That's right. Show that land there. There we go. Right along the edge of the river, there's some rocks and things. Bring it on the other side too. Now we'll go back over this and give it some highlights. Wash off that fan brush. Now we'll come to our titanium white, pick up a little bit of that, pick up some brown, just make a nice highlight color for these rocks. There we go. Just bring them down. Oh, this is a fun little painting of the Shire. Makes me want to go out and play. Maybe I won't wait for the rain to stop. Maybe I'll just go out. Maybe I'll just go see what that rain has to say. Do you like to play in the rain? I like to play in the rain. There we go. Just give those rocks that are along the edge just some highlights there. Just grabbing that light brown. Maybe some of this comes back into our grassy area. And then just put some grass back there, right up to the edge. There we go. There we go. Now, if you want to put a fence over here, or maybe a sign here that points people to Hobbiton, that would be a fun thing to do. But for now, I think we'll call that good. So let's go into our red here. Just thin it out. Put a little bit of paint thinner on there. That odorless paint thinner. And we'll give it a sign. We'll just do it right over here. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed painting with me today. I sure have had a good time. And can you think of some of your favorite places from your childhood to paint? That would be a fun thing to do. It doesn't have to be what I painted. I just painted things that I love. I love all these places in Middle-earth. Okay. Well, this is my Grandgaffer Gamgee's house. His little hobbit hole built into the side of the hill where I spent many days as a young hobbit. In fact, Bob Ross the Blue would visit me when I was at my Grandgaffer Gamgee's hobbit hole. So teach us all how to paint. It's so much fun. I really hope you'll do it too. So that's all for now. Goodbye and God bless. Thank you for joining me on today's painting. I'm so happy you were with me. Now, if you'd like to continue to go on painting adventures with me, become part of my fellowship. And you do that by clicking that subscribe button below. Yes, and be sure to give it a like and a share. That would be oh so helpful. Now, we don't know how many of these seeing stones are unaccounted for. So we don't know who else is watching. I've got to go. Have a good day.